Graviton, Episode 3, Hell and High Water. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earths. On many worlds throughout the universe, God created man in his image. All fell into sin, yet some looked to the salvation of Emmanuel. The evil one went from world to world, devouring souls and corrupting the children of God. When a world was primed with evil, the leech was summoned to enslave it. The good news of God's salvation was heard when the evil leech infected planet Adaria, and so the faithful fled to an unknown world where God's plan for the universe was unfolding. Planet Earth. Resistance Headquarters, Cairo. Aiden is bandaging up Crystal Rose, who got her butt kicked by Callus, as you recall. Aiden says, "When you grabbed Callus, you absorbed nuclear power from her. Your Aeon must be able to mimic other powers." Crystal Rose responds, "I feel like I could explode at any moment," and we see that nuclear energy emanating from her hand. Preparing some, what looks like alcohol sponge wipe, Aiden says, "You'll learn to control that with training." Staring into the window, Crystal says, "Callus was flying. How is she able to fly?" Aiden reminds her, "Callus is the most powerful Aeon of Graviton ever made. They engineered her very well." Pondering this, Crystal Rose thinks, engineered. Plunk! With a little bit of splat, a zombie Adarian head that got cut off was plunked right onto the kitchen table there. That's pretty gross. Jenkins says, "There's no revolt and no outbreak. Thousands of these Adarian scourge are being teleported to Earth from planet Adaria via the space station." Examining the severed head. "It's hideous," says Aiden. "You said teleported? But why? By who? Spadent?" "Exactly." Derek responds, "Of course, but we don't know why. Maybe to control the slaves or to lure us in. They were after Grace." Grace steps forward. "They called me specimen. What does that mean?" Crystal chimes in with what she's learned. "It means we're an experiment. Spadent made us in a lab, I think. That's why we can't remember anything." You know you're reading some kind of manga when nobody can remember who they are or why they're there. Aiden leads forward, being the telepath, as you recall, that she is, and puts her head up to Crystal's and says, "I wonder if your power can mimic mine. Let's try something new. Clear your mind." And she prepares to do some sort of telepathic mind meld thing, which you imagine they've probably done before. And Crystal Rose says, "We've tried this many times before. It's no use." Expecting some sort of prod into her own repressed memories, Crystal Rose instead sees this. A flash into Aiden's own memories. We see Aiden as a child, and her parents say, "We love you, Aiden," as they get blown away by Spadent soldiers. Oh, they murdered him good. Apparently a younger adult, Aiden, fighting in some kind of military rebellion. Death to the heathens. Boy, she was a radical, huh? Looks like she got married. That's a traditional Adarian wedding happening right there. We are one. And then some stranger dropping off Crystal and Grace. "Please take care of my daughters." "I shared my mental power with you. Did you sense anything?" Crystal Rose is stunned. "I saw your whole life." "And I saw him. I saw our father," she says to Grace. "Our father? So were we made or born? Or born or made?" "I don't know," says Crystal again. "But I'm an Aeon, and you may be too." "The Master Aeons," utters Derek. "What?" both sisters inquire. "Master Aeons," goes on Derek. "Master Aeons, now I get it. My Pharaoh Ramses backed a project to develop a master Aeon that could emulate all known Aeon types. Then the specimens went missing. He's been obsessed with finding you two ever since. I guess he wanted to use you as weapons. Banged up and exhausted, Crystal says, I'm glad we were taken away from that fate. I would never want to serve him. I've seen the way his soldiers act. No offense. You're the only exception, Derek. 1 month later. Looks like Crystal's healed up and they're out in the field trying to harness this nuclear power that's burning in her. Aiden tells her, excellent, don't drop it. Now throw it as far as you can that way. And Crystal is holding that nuclear energy in her hand. And it goes, wazz, ba-boom, and blows up some rocks. Hey, try to hit this boulder, Crystal, says Derek, maybe trying to impress her a little too hard. Throws a boulder into the air, and sure as heck she hits it with her nuclear kaboom. Pow! Awesome! And it blows up. I'm exhausted, she says. I want to learn how to control this psychic powers that you gave me. Sitting down on a rocky ledge, Aiden says, first, relax. Meditate. Derek wants to sit down too, and he's told to sit quietly. Shh. And he sits down beside Crystal. Suddenly, without warning, Crystal plants a big wet kiss right on Derek, finally, face to face. And in that moment, that psychic power that she got from Aiden is activated as well. She sees Derek's thoughts and memories and emotions. When he was a little boy, approaching the Pharaoh of Egypt, calling him father, his own father murdering his mother before his eyes. That seems to be a crazy trait. The kiss continues and she ponders this. She sees that he was put under psychic domination. He will serve and obey Pharaoh. I will serve and obey Pharaoh. I will serve and obey Pharaoh. And he had his mind and heart turned around recently when this guy says, Lord, have mercy and forgive this man. Confronting Pharaoh is, again, his own father says, you disobey me, and so you are my son no longer. And Derek says, my sister may be your slave, but not me. Dun 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 dun. Crystal Rose puts 2 and 2 together. Derek, you're Pharaoh's son? He's blushed and embarrassed and caught. Aiden says, I won't pretend to be surprised. I sensed that the first moment we met. I don't suppose you'd deny it now. Well, Ramses was my father, but not anymore. Crystal's really intrigued now. So you're the Prince of Egypt? No wonder God sent you here to help our people. No, I'm no prince. My father hates me since I was freed from his psychic controls, and I left Egypt. I can never be his son. We see some pebbles flying towards Crystal and hitting her in the head. Doink, doink, ouch. Ow, who's throwing rocks at me? Another one comes. Doink. Nobody. Your G-force is intense. I can feel it. I think you just obtained Graviton from me. Graviton? Psychic powers, nuclear powers, and now this. Could I ever be as powerful as Calais? I'm sensing some sort of a rivalry here between the mighty Calais and the brand new superhero Crystal Rose. Presidential Palace, Alexandria. We see an airship flying by the huge tower. Pharaoh Ramses stares out his window as usual. You must realize, Anunnakin, how furious I am that the specimen slipped away again. Vice President Anunnakin tries to explain. Yes, Lord Ramses, the temple guards said that the 2 other women there before Calais destroyed the lab. We suspect the Egyptian woman was the first specimen and may have influenced Calais to go renegade. We see another feminine warrior character here that looks a lot like Calais, standing next to Pharaoh Ramses. A runaway train, I'd say. Fortunately, her clone was not ruined. I'm quite pleased with her, and Kalina here will never disobey me. Her brain is hardwired. She is our best defense against Calais now. Captain Ace approaches, says the doorman. Lord Ramses, I'm here to give my report. Oh, Calais, here you are. That's not Calais, you dote. This is Kalina, Aeon, electric Aeon of Graviton. A clone. Pharaoh Ramses continues, Your report will not be necessary. We know you failed.
Captain Freeman was with them.
That is interesting, but you have been reassigned. I need you to track down Calais. Stoically, Kalina stands ready. Pharaoh continues. Captain Ace, this is Kalina, our newest Aeon. Don't bother introducing yourself to her. She does not and cannot speak. A kind of birth defect from premature activation. You see, Ace, Calais has discovered our cloning facility and somehow defected. She must be captured and reprogrammed, or destroyed. If you are capable, Captain, now go and redeem yourself.
I will find her and bring her back to you, Pharaoh.
Vice President Anunnaki questions the Pharaoh. Lord Ramsay, certainly you know Calais will destroy him. Of course, but that's his problem. Cairo Slave Works. We see slaves working on some bricks outside the city by the overpasses, and it seems to be one of these Christian soapbox revivals going on, as often happens. My people, your guides lead you all astray. They turn you from the path. The Coptics have these false gods, idols made of gold and stone. I tell you, the only true and living God dwells in no statue nor temple, but his temple of you and I. His spirit is with each of us who turn to him, says this evangelizer. We'll call him Ezekiel.
Amen. Tell him, Zeke, says Ed.
Oh, here comes trouble.
Out of our way. Clear a path.
What's the commotion over there? Asked Derek. Ed says, oh no, it's that foreman that I ran into last month. Commander Brutus. A god without a temple? Tell me, what is your homeless god's name? His name is the Lord, God Almighty, Elohim, Yahweh, Trinity, the great I am. Captain Freeman. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. First you run to the Amalekites, now you worship with the Israelites. Brother. Cleo says, give us the specimens, Derek, and maybe our father will show you mercy. No, they are free now, defending the girls. Close up on Cleo, Derek's sister. It's always the hard way with you, Derek.
Prepare to meet Anubis, says Brutus.
Oh, it's on. Whoosh! Cleo throws a fireball that blasts a bunch of people into charred, crumbled corpses.
I will kill every one of these Israelites if I must. Surrender the specimens.
Run! I can't hold them back for long, says Derek to the others, as Brutus pulls up a wave out of the river nearby. Brutus, you creep! And it washes Derek away out of the picture for a minute. Running away from the waves, Ed says, everybody get to higher ground! Quickly! Standing knee-deep in the water, Jenkin pulls his sword against Brutus. You cannot kill the Lord's people like this. I am Jenkin, and I will stop you. Oof, with a flying kick, ka-shilling, and a cut to the armor. Ah! Leave us alone or meet your doom, Brutus, face to face with a big sword. You're pretty good with a sword, Christian. How well can you swim? Swoosh, pulling water right up from underneath him. Arrgh, and it washes Jenkin off to the distance. Meanwhile, pulling herself out of the water up onto the overpass. Oh, this is crazy. Where is everybody, thinks Crystal. Confronted against Cleo. Time to go home, lab rat, firing a fireball at her face. Well, at her waist. I won't let you take me. Foom, she narrowly dodges that fireball. Then you will burn. Here come 3 or 4 fireballs. Ooh, it got her. Oh, wow, that does burn. Now you will feel my power. And she charges up some of that nuclear blast she got. Bazang! Oh, but she can't throw it very good. It missed. Then in bladed combat, I will maim you before I kill you. And the sword fight begins, slicing sword for sword. Courageously, Crystal tries to fight. As the Lord is with me, who can stand against me? She blocks that attack. You are a poorly trained amateur, and I am a master sword fighter, says Cleo, burning with the fire of her superpower. But I am a master Aeon, says Crystal. Whoosh, and the fire begins to bend towards Crystal. This fire does not consume me. I have just absorbed your flame, Cleo. And now we see Crystal alight with the fire that she took from Cleo. Edison, we must go help Crystal. Stay here, Grace, says Aiden. Cleo's ticked off now. You may have copied my fire, but there is only one Phoenix. No one can defeat me in my immortal form. Uh-oh. The guys finally arrive, Jenkin and Derek. We're here to help, running up. Crystal's face-to-face, punching fireballs and nuclear blasts in Cleo's face, pondering what she just said. Immortal form? Cleo's pissed. Enough! Witness my wrath and despair. Huge fireball emitting from her very essence. Fwoom! Almost looks like wings. And then sizzle. She turned to ash, cinder, and it fell apart. Oh no, we're in big trouble now, says Derek. Crystal doesn't understand. She just turned to dust. Derek, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to kill your sister. She's not dead. My sister Cleo is immortal. Aeon of the Phoenix, a real monster. Run! Edison confronts Brutus. Remember me, Brutus? With some more lightning bolts out of his hand. Indeed I do, old man, but this time I'm wearing an electric field belt. Crackle, crackle, crackle. And the lightning goes around him and doesn't hurt him this time. This is not what God intends for you, Brutus, says Aiden in a moment of clarity. Open your mind and open your heart. Begone, pests! More water washes Aiden and Edison away. Reaching a culvert, the others can take cover. Quickly, take cover. Things are about to get really ugly. That pile of ash that used to be his sister Cleo lights up. And then whoosh! Look at the size of that phoenix bursting up into the sky out of the ground, out of that pile. Said giant phoenix continues to scorch crowds of innocent people all over the roadside. Look at it running, burning down. Mostly slaves and civilians and working people. Oh, those poor people. Can't we make it stop? What can we do? Hiding under the culvert, Derek says, just wait it out. This won't last very long. Jenkins says, I've heard that people call Cleo the Phoenix, but I had no idea. Witnessing the carnage, Grace sees the giant phoenix burning everybody. Oh no, this is terrible. I can't let this go on. It's me they're after. She actually runs towards Brutus. Stop it. Please make it stop. Don't kill my people. I will go with you. I knew you would see it our way, says Brutus, pulling out some shackles to arrest her. None need to perish. Pharaoh only needs his specimens back. And he arrests Grace, and he's got her. Cool off, Cleo. A big rise of the river puts out the phoenix's flame. Shoom, and she returns to her pristine form. Brutus, why do you cut short my rampage? We have one of the specimens. Let's go. What about the other one, the active one? She will come to us now. Washed ashore in the mud, Aiden cries out, Edison, where's Grace? I told her to. Ugh, they got her. They got Grace. Taking her aboard the airship, Cleo and Brutus have Grace in shackles and under their arrest. The group try to run towards to get a look, but they're too far. It's too late. Oh no, Grace! The Spades have her now. Don't try to. Shoom! Too late. The airship closes up and takes her off. No! Crystal's crying. Derek has to make a promise. We will get her back. I promise. Aiden and Jenkins look as the airship flies away back into Cairo, I guess, or maybe towards the capital. We don't know. But we know this. We can't even stay in Cairo now. They'll find us. Let's regroup at Luxor, says Jenkins. And the group looks at Cairo, maybe for the last time. Episode 4, coming soon. Theme song provided by Mike Forster at I Love Recording here on YouTube. This is Warheart Arts.